in Arizona. It's great to see you all here today, and how fitting it is to be here at Phoenix Christian Preparatory, one of Arizona's most exceptional schools. When I visited Phoenix Christian in January, I was amazed by the rigorous curriculum and innovative learning models they were offering our kids. It was clear to me that the dedicated teachers here are providing high-quality education to our students, making sure that they are on track. Every single Arizona student should have the opportunity to attend a school like Phoenix Christian. Over the past 8 years, and it has taken all of 8 years, we have taken actions to ensure that more kids have this opportunity by positioning Arizona as a national leader in school choice. Arizona parents have more options and resources to take their kids to a school that fits their educational needs. We have more than 560 public charter schools teaching over 230,000 Arizona students. We've funded new transportation models. We've prioritized students, not systems. Students here at this high-performance school are using an empowerment scholarship account or a scholarship from a school tuition organization. And today we're taking additional action to ensure that every Arizona student can attend any school of their choosing. The most expansive school choice initiative in the nation. Under House Bill 2853, our educational savings accounts will be available to all K-12 students across the state. Arizona is now the gold standard for educational freedom. Our kids will no longer be stuck in underperforming schools. We're unlocking more educational options for them and unlocking their full potential. One-size-fits-all model to education. Kids and families should have access to the school or learning program that best fits their unique needs, regardless of income. We're making certain they have that choice. Misguided special interest groups will try to tell you that this legislation will diminish our public education system. They couldn't be more wrong. Public education means educating the public. And that's exactly what this legislation helps accomplish. As I said in the State of the State, Arizona has set the standard for school choice and innovative education solutions because of the vision of Arizona leaders from the past, like former Governor Fife Symington, Superintendent of Public Instruction Lisa Cram-Keegan, Democratic Representative Armando Ruiz, and Janelle Wood, a mom and the founder of the Black Mothers Forum. Because of their hard work and countless others, our kids have had access to charter schools, micro schools, homeschooling, and more. They've blazed new trails for Arizonans, and today we're picking up where they left off and carrying that legacy forward. In the State of the State, I told our legislature, let's think big and find more ways to get kids into the school of their parents' choice. As you can see by the legislation in front of us, it's safe to say that our legislature delivered. I want to thank Representative Ben Toma for sponsoring this legislation. Around the clock to give our kids new opportunities. I also want to thank President Karen Fann, Speaker of the House Rusty Bowers, and all the legislators assembled here today for all your partnership and leadership on this issue. Business leaders and elected officials who supported this legislation. And thank you to all the school choice advocates, including Steve Smith and Corey DeAngelis, all the way from Washington, D.C. Finally, I want to thank Jeff Blake, Superintendent of Phoenix Christian, and the faculty and staff here for hosting today. And I want to thank all of Arizona's dedicated educators for helping give our kids a high-quality education. Now I want to turn it over to someone who I've already mentioned, but I want to say that this bill would have not come to life in this legislature without his commitment and his leadership. He was truly the MVP in the chamber, Representative Ben Toma.
Good morning. Thank you, Governor. And thank you, Phoenix Christian Cougars, for hosting us. Thank you all for being here. For those of you that know me, especially my colleagues over there, you know that I'm not a big fan of grand adjectives. But this truly is a historic and momentous occasion. And it really is a game changer for parents and families all across the state of Arizona. And it is my genuine belief and desire that this will be something that starts here but will go nationwide, and that parents everywhere, all across this great nation, will have the opportunity to send their kids to the school that best meets their children's needs. If we can do it in Arizona, you should be able to do it in most other states, if not every single state across this great nation. So I would encourage you all to do it, and know that you have assistance here. We are all available. Everyone that's here, I'm sure, will be more than happy to try to help in any way that we can, because it's the right thing to do. It's the right thing to do for all these kids that you're seeing behind here, and it's the right thing to do for kids all across the state and all across this nation. I'm not going to repeat all people that have been involved, because I'll forget someone and get myself in trouble. But I'd just like to mention that, yes, I've had the honor and privilege of being the sponsor of this legislation and getting it through, but the reality of it is that the legislature is a team, and it requires 31, 16, and 16 in the Senate to actually get anything across the finish line. So I'd like to genuinely thank all of my colleagues, all of my Republican colleagues that are here, that voted for this bill, that supported it through, and that took the heat to make sure that this happens. So thank you. And finally, I'd also like to thank Governor Ducey. He has been a huge supporter of school choice and of empowering parents to make the right choices for their children. He has shown unwavering support in spite of everything that came as we went through this process. And I want to genuinely thank him and offer again anything that I can do to support any other governor that does the same. Thank you, Governor Ducey.
Representative Toma, I think for all the young people assembled here today, this is a bit of a civics lesson, because to make this kind of a big change, you need both chambers, the House and the Senate, along with the executive branch. But you can't do something like this without building coalitions outside of the state capitol. And one of the people that helped lead on these coalitions was Pastor Drew Anderson, who has been a passionate advocate for school choice in our communities. Pastor Anderson, come talk about the difference of school.
February 12, 1809, in LaRue County, Kentucky, a young man was born that changed this country and the lives of millions of African Americans for many days to come. That young man, if you don't know, was Abraham Lincoln. April 9th, 1964, in Toledo, Ohio, a young man was also born that nobody knew would change the lives of many Americans and millions of African Americans and change this country and state forever. That young man is Governor Doug Ducey. Changing the lives of millions is never something that should easily be done, but by the graces of God, it has been done. We are in a situation to where, going forward, Arizona is now the gold standard of educational freedom, and we have abolished educational slavery. By the help of Representative Toma and many others, we have given many kids an opportunity to rise out of poverty, to rise out of bad neighborhoods, to have an equal opportunity to be law-abiding citizens and productive members of society. By allowing one bill, we have changed the demographics of this state for many years to come. I believe the children are our future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. Show them all the beauty they possess inside. Give them a sense of pride to make it easier. Let the children's laughter remind us how we used to be. In 2022, the dropout rate in the minority community is at an all-time high. Nobody talks about the elephant in the room, which is through the pandemic, many black, brown, and low-income white families have watched their children suffer and be headed on a path of prison or death. But by one stroke of the pen today, our great governor is going to rectify that path and now put these children back on the path of success. 20 years from now, Governor Ducey, when you go to the doctor, because we all are getting older, unfortunately, and that young black doctor that looks at you and shakes your hand and says, I would never be a doctor unless I got an ESA to go to a better school that allowed me to go to a better college, that allowed me to go to a better life. Mr. Ducey, he's going to thank you, because what you did here today was epic for many, many, many black, brown, and low-income white children across the state. So in conclusion, because of my brother, our great governor, Doug Ducey, in the words of the great Dr. Martin Luther King, here in Arizona, we can finally say, free at last, God Almighty, free at last.
Thank you, Pastor Drew. Thank you for your leadership, your advocacy, your passion. And I want to also thank all the black pastors who stood up to advocate for this. We didn't ask anybody to change party registration. We asked them to embrace educational freedom, and without Pastor Drew and his coalition, we'd have never gotten this done. Thank you, Pastor. Jenny Clark, a mother of 5, to talk about the power of strong school choice. Jenny? Thank you very much, Jenny, and thank you for all your work to help fellow Arizonans access the school that fits their child's needs. Now I want to turn it over to Annie Mead to discuss the way this legislation will impact her family. Annie?
Thank you for allowing me to speak today. Thank you to all of our legislators and Governor Ducey for making this empowerment scholarship account program accessible to all Arizona families with school-age children, including mine. As a parent, I became passionate about the issue of school choice when I realized just how different each of my children were in their skills, abilities, and needs for education. I've homeschooled my own children, I've taught other children, I've been in co-ops and micro schools, and we currently have one child attending public school. Kids deserve to be in the education environment that they can thrive in. But so many families have been limited by their income and their zip code. The Empowerment Scholarship Account Program was something that I learned about from other friends who had qualified. But unfortunately, our family never had access to the scholarship until now. And The passage of signing of HB 2853 means now every Arizona family will have the freedom, the choice, and the opportunity to choose ESA for their child's education. This next year, our family is joining a new micro school, and I will be teaching there as well. I'm so thankful that more and more families will have the chance to do what's best for their kids. Because of the Empowerment Scholarship. Our family can't wait to apply, and we know that the program will be life-changing for us, just like it's already been for thousands of other children in Arizona. Thank you again to Representative Ben Toma and Governor Ducey for making this scholarship a reality for families like mine.
And thank you for sharing your story. I now want to turn it over to Superintendent Jeff Blake.
This is a really powerful moment, and I can't even begin to express our gratitude for your presence here today, your investment. This year, Phoenix Christian traces a history back 120 years. And Phoenix Christian has been through some difficult days, some days of triumph. And as you all, as members of the legislature and leaders and activists are here, really what this moment is about the beautiful tapestry of students that are behind us. Phoenix Christian represents the very best of what you're pursuing. You have flung the doors of opportunity wide open for kids that would never have been had the opportunity to be in a private school like Phoenix Christian. Against the backdrop where our world is tearing itself apart, Phoenix Christian proudly celebrates that we're a school of no majority. And students from every corner of this city, from every neighborhood in this city, from every tapestry of color that you see presented behind us, they come together and they live together and embrace the great heritage of faith in Christ Jesus that we serve and we celebrate, and we've given parents that opportunity. And for all the legislators who've made the decision and the leaders that have made the decision, we cannot thank you enough, and there are lives behind us that are profoundly changed. This morning during drop-off, I watched a father drop his foster child off at our school. ESA has made that an opportunity. Last year, one of our Latino students walked across the platform earning 41 dual enrollment credit hours. That young man, by the way, a first-generation college student. On average, our students are earning about $3 million a year in scholarship. 96% of our students are benefited either through the STO or the ESA programs. We serve a large population of autistic students, largely benefiting from that. We recently celebrated a graduate who went to the Northern Arizona University. She's now a sophomore. She'll only be in college 3 years. She's a first-generation college student. She's studying criminal justice, and she's now in the City of Phoenix internship for a program in forensics. Governor Ducey, I've also heard you proudly celebrate what has unfolded in Ukraine. And I want you to know, Governor, behind you stands two beautiful and brave Ukrainian students that are now proud to call Phoenix Christian home. Yes. I also want to recognize all the other superintendents and leaders of Christian schools that are here. Leading Christian schools is hard work, it's exhausting. There is a tremendous fellowship and friendship. We're all in this together to open the doors of opportunity wide open. And for your presence here today, I'm profoundly grateful. Thank you.
Thank you, Superintendent. If there was a silver lining during COVID, its name was Janelle Wood. Janelle leads the Black Mothers Forum. And she came to see me during some of the civil unrest in the summer of 2020. There were a number of things that Janelle and I didn't agree on, and some things that we committed to work on. But one thing we found is we shared a real passion for school choice and educational opportunity for all of our kids. I asked Janelle if she would sit next to the First Lady in my 8th and final State of the State. I said to her, in the speech I am going to say, 50 years ago, politicians stood in the schoolhouse door and wouldn't let minorities in. Today, 50 years later, union-backed politicians stand in the schoolhouse door and won't let minorities out.
Yeah.
These kids are trapped in failing public schools. It's time to set these families free. Led the standing ovation and led the movement that got this over the finish line. Janelle.
Well, first of all, thank you, Governor Ducey, for allowing me to come speak with you in 2020 to fight for the safety and well-being of our Black children. We came into existence in 2016, and we just celebrated our 6-year anniversary fighting to make sure our Black children have an opportunity to live and breathe in a safe and supportive community, whether that may be in their learning community, in their living community, or in their homes. And yes, Governor Ducey, when I met with you, I was intense, I was not happy about what I was seeing and how our young people were being treated in the streets when they were exercising their right to speak. But what we did agree on was that all of our children are constituents of this great state of Arizona, and all of our children deserve an opportunity to live out their God-given purpose, and with free from barriers, free from obstacles, and free from bondages that have kept them chained to educational systems that have oppressed them, repressed them, and suppressed them, and have neglected their parents and not heard their parents. As a concerned Black mother, I want to make sure that we are heard loud and clear from this day forth. We matter. Our children matter. And we're not going anywhere. We're going to keep speaking to every system that continues to hold our children back and our families back. And I will continue to be that voice for change, an advocate for our babies, an advocate for our families, and an advocate for all Arizona families moving forward. You got someone who's here to speak. No matter what people say, I can take the hit because I know that it's worth it, because this is our future. And we gotta give the torch to them at some point. I need them to
Janelle. This bill is about Arizona and Arizona kids. But there are people that are working on behalf of educational savings accounts to provide this to people all across our nation. I want to thank Corey DeAngelis for being here today from Washington, D.C. Corey, take the podium.
How's everybody doing? This is the biggest school choice victory, not just in Arizona, but in U.S. history. This is how you truly empower parents and truly secure parental rights in education. So I want to thank the legislators, I want to thank the parents on the ground for pushing back against the system, and I want to thank Governor Ducey for empowering every single family in the state of Arizona. This is a national model. Arizona is #1 in educational freedom, and this is truly the gold standard of school choice policy all across the nation. So great job, Arizona. You guys have been pretty loud today, and I appreciate it, but are you ready to get much louder? The phone's coming out for a selfie video. You guys better be recording this too, but I do this this all across the country, but it's mostly important here in Arizona. I'm going to say Arizona will now fund students, and you guys will say, not systems. Here it comes. I'm not on Twitter. I'm taking a video. Arizona will now fund students, not systems. One more time, I said Arizona will fund students, not systems. Thank you guys so much. I'm happy to be
here. Thank you, Corey. Thank you, everyone here. Thanks for your leadership and partnership. Now, what do you say? Let's sign this bill. Here we go. House Bill 2853. Now all Arizona children will have an opportunity and an excellent education. The sky's the limit. The law of the land. Thank you.